Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nightz, and in today's video I want to talk to you guys about 𝒍𝒐𝒏𝒂𝒏 and what 𝒍𝒐𝒏𝒂𝒏 really needs to do in order to improve and make it even better and make it like honestly perfect, because this season is really good so far. The swords are much better than the hammers that were last season, but last season had so much more defensive items when you're talking about like bunkers and shields. There was so much other stuff. You have overshield, you have the cow catchers, you have the bush bombs, so much other things that were last season. We recently did get the bunkers returning this season with the newest update, which is honestly awesome because just playing with bubbles was pretty annoying for the most part, because if you didn't get some bubbles you were pretty screwed, and it always came down to like everybody playing the edge of the bubble and see if you could get the big shot off. So I don't think just having bubbles was a smart play, and even just having bunkers and bubbles really isn't like too smart. It's pretty stale for the most part. And then when you want to go practice 4-0 builds, you're really just all left with one option, and that's playing pub. So there's a couple stuff I want to talk to you guys about when it comes to 𝒍𝒐𝒏𝒂𝒏. I think 0 builds is definitely a huge part of Fortnite now. It's just a huge community because so many people just don't want to play builds, don't want to deal with all the freaking work that comes involved with it, don't want to have to shoot somebody and have them build like an Eiffel Tower and stuff. So let me know what you guys think about this. I'm gonna be talking about this for a couple minutes and see what you guys think. I got some gameplay in the background, some 0 build gameplay, dropping like a 23 kill win, just going crazy, so you guys enjoy that, as well as I'm talking about what I think 𝒍𝒐𝒏𝒂𝒏 could do to be improved with this current season or even next season. So let's get straight into it. Alright, so first and foremost, when it comes to 0 builds, right now the only thing you can use to actually practice for tournaments is play pubs, which is pretty ridiculous. There is some scrims, but from what I've seen, the scrims that do get hosted by like actual good players and good hosts, they're very far and very few in between when it comes to actually practicing. Like, you cannot practice every single day for 0 builds using these scrims. So I kind of want to do that myself, where I want to build my own server. Like, I have a server right now called Oasis that's going to be in the description if you guys are interested in that, the link for it. So go join that. Trying to do more 0 build scrims because that's probably the only way right now to practice. And what I really do think they need to add back is 0 build arena. 0 build arena was a thing they tried a couple seasons ago in trios, I believe it was at the time, to see just how it would work. I don't really understand if like the player base wasn't too high for that at the time. 0 builds was still pretty new. It's only been out for like a year now, so at the time I think it was only been out for like 6 months or something like that, and they put it on every single region, which I think is the #1 mistake. That's the first mistake they've made when it comes to 0 builds, is putting arena in every single region, because every region doesn't need it. The player base isn't too big in every single region for people that want to take it serious in 0 build. A lot of 0 build players are just casuals for the most part, but there is that small percentage of people that you think would take 0 build competitive serious if there was an arena mode. That's why I think they should add arena 0 builds to only 2 servers. That would be EU and Central. If you're in any other region and you still want to play those arena 0 builds, you can still play on like higher ping and it won't really affect you too much like it would in builds. So I definitely think that Central and EU should get a 0 build arena, and maybe like duos and trios, or maybe like solos, duos, and trios, just for those 2 regions only. And I still think the player base would be absolutely massive when it comes to that, and like you would only see me playing 0 build arena from now on if they added it. So let me know what you guys think about that, for example. But I think the reason they're not going to add it is because of crowns, because the crowns right now are like literally the only way to show just like how many wins you have, how good you are in 0 builds. There is like workaround ways where you can just pretty much get bot lobbies time and time again, which I think is a little ridiculous. That's why you see some people with like 1,000, 2,000 crowns already like halfway through the season, which is just ridiculous. But I think for just arena would just be a better way of showing just who's better, really truly who's better at playing with a team and stuff like that. Because it wouldn't, if it didn't have solos, if it just had duos and trios, it would definitely, you would need somebody that's actually good to play that, because it's just not one of those game modes where you're gonna be able to like solo clutch it for the most part. So let me know what you guys think about that, for example, because I do think they need to add a new competitive mode when it comes to 0 builds. Just playing pubs every single day is pretty boring, especially when you get bots. Like if you had an option to maybe turn off the bots, you could join lobbies with other people where they didn't have bots, maybe that would be like a a good middle ground or something like that, because I am just so tired of getting into lobbies where not many people are on, but it wants to find me a queue really quickly, so it just puts me in a game with bots. And I'm like, I'd rather wait a longer queue, but with all real people. That's my personal opinion, though. Let me know what you guys think. The next thing I think when it comes to 0 build competitive is they need to add new different types of like either weapons or utility items or rotation items that I think only or in 0 build and not in builds. That would make it to where it's a little bit different. It doesn't need to have the same exact things as it builds has. So that's especially true when it comes to like defensive items like porta bunkers and stuff like that. The one cool thing I think a lot of people don't really mention when it comes to porta bunkers is the porta bunker itself was the green rarity, the uncommon rarity. And then when you go to the porta fort, that's the blue rarity. Then you got porta fortress, which is the gold rarity. So we're still missing the gray rarity and the purple rarity when it comes to new porta fort like stuff. So I've always theorized that maybe the common one, the gray rarity version of the porta bunker would simply be like porta wall or something, where you just throw a wall down with like windows in it or something, and you could carry like 10 of those or something. Same thing with the purple one. It could be like porta-house, where you throw it down and it creates a huge house made of metal or something like that. It's obviously a step up from the porta-fort, but not quite porta-fortress level. If you guys remember the porta-fortress, it was like a massive ass structure with bouncers around the entire edge, which was just huge. And that's definitely not, it's too much for zero builds. But in this season with swords, honestly, stuff like that wouldn't even be too strong. You could just sword up and land on them in their porta bunkers. So I think they definitely need to add some new defensive items. I remember last season with the bush bombs. I thought the bush bomb was a great idea. I don't know why they took it away. Same thing with the overcharge shield. The shield you would actually be able to, like, you know, use in front of you or throw down. I thought that was a great item, especially for zero builds. I just don't understand why they removed these specific items and then we were only left with bubbles when the season started. It's almost as if nobody was even thinking about how zero builds is actually played for the most part. It's just, you need a rotation and then guns. That's it. It's like, no, you need defensive items in zero builds or it just becomes really, really bad. Especially, like, pubs isn't too bad, but when it comes to tournaments, I play tournaments and it's everybody just throwing bubbles down. Bubbles, waiting for them to run out, and whoever has the most bubbles kind of wins for the most part. So let me know what you guys think about that in example, because I think zero builds is such a fun game mode, but when it comes to not having these specific things you need, it really does get like just too chaotic. Now when it comes to POIs, they are doing a really good job with this with the new season. Mega City is just amazing when it comes to using zero builds, playing zero builds in it. It is probably one of the best cities for zero builds, and that's just so true. So I'm hoping we see some more of that. Maybe I can even see in the future like a separate map just for zero builds. That would be so awesome. It'd be so different too to have two separate maps going on at the same time, and it wouldn't even affect the player base or anything like that. It wouldn't affect your lobbies whatsoever. So let me know what you guys think about this. I think competitive zero builds is definitely on a weird position right now. The other thing I want to talk about, guys, is tournaments. This one's a huge one because right now there is only 2 zero build tournaments we're having every single week, and one of them has to be probably one of the worst formats we've ever seen in tournaments ever, and that is the zero build trio fill cup. Why they decided to do this again after last season when we had duos and it was just a nightmare, in my opinion. Everybody I've played with is just, they either don't have a mic, they don't speak the same language, they just won't join the game chat call, it just, they won't follow me, they won't listen. It's just horrible. I don't understand why this game mode keeps being shoved down our throats in both zero builds and in builds, which just, I don't want to play with random people that don't have mics. That's just one of the few things I want. They should really just change these fill cups back to the quick cups and then just have a little quick cup that would be good for practice for the actual cash cup we have on Sundays. So let me know what you guys think about that too, because having just the cash cup to be the only tournament for zero builds every single week that matters, it's kind of annoying. It's kind of disappointing, and I wish there was something else for zero builds competitive when it comes to tournaments. But that's gonna be pretty much that, guys. Those are like the 3 big points. We need more defensive items, we need more practice like zero build arena, and we need more tournaments for zero builds. So I'm a big advocate for zero builds. I think it's so much fun, and I think it's huge for new people coming to Fortnite to just play zero builds and not really get too interested in builds. I think it's just gonna get bigger and bigger from every year from now on. So it's only been out for 1 year and it's already this big. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I got the rest of this gameplay for you guys where I'm just dominating, going crazy in duo zero builds. So guys, enjoy the gameplay. Make sure you guys leave a thumbs up if you enjoy. Daily uploads, daily streams, and daily shorts here on the channel. So guys, hit the subscribe button if you're new, and yeah, enjoy the gameplay.
No.
They would have left from here. Gas station.
Oh, straight across, straight across. They're fighting
Going,
up there.
going.
I'm here. Strong guy. Cracked one.
No way. Game. Like, what are you making me slide up?
He took a slurp. On the left.
They just realized they can't run anymore. 226 on that one. Dead.
Another slurp, bro. Nice. I already popped a slurp. I was just
Okay.
dropping splashes.
It's over there fighting, but I also hear sorting over here. Right here, me.
Shit.
See he's following the guy? No, that's the bot. That's the bot. He's following the guy going this way though. He's right here. Yep. Going towards the race skin. 100 already.
He still got some.
48. Fighting right there
south.
to the right. Yeah, let's get to this bush. You see this bush right there? Oh, he's in that bush. In that bush now. 37 already. We got sniper to the right. Or back. I mean. Yeah, I knew you were gonna do that. 65. I already hit him for 65. I'm going to the left. To get to this building right here. Dead. 226 damage. Just dead instantly. Someone, were you on my building before?
Yeah, it's me. I'm on top of your building.
Oh, there's another guy.
Oh, on you. 40 whites. Yes.
Holy shit! I just shit on that kid. I didn't even see him at first.
Or slurs. There's that. There's the
Probably
high
really
6
quickly.
solid.
Okay, there's 3 left.
I think it's the kids with the full circles.
Yeah, we haven't seen that yet. Let me get this side. There's a car right here. My guess is they're over here. Where was Island? It was over there, so maybe we did kill them.
But they had the rifles, unless they just didn't want them.
Alright, this is getting kind of strange. I'm thinking that they're inside a bush or an RV or...
Oh,
I found
I see
one.
him.
Yep.
At the bot.
Yeah, that's a bot. I just got a kill from you. Oh, man.
Could be 2. No idea where they are. They might just be in a fucking trailer.
Literally. Wait, it's already behind me? Oh, I see him. Fuck. I thought you were to my left.
Oh, I see him. Straight across.
Okay, I'm getting on top of the tree. Just keep spraying at them for now. I can't destroy the tree. Probably in the bush, be careful.
Where'd he go?
Oh.
Not in the bush.
Huh? Or is he camping like behind there? The rock area? You gotta be an RV then. Gotta be.
You gotta be in an RV.
We should just wait for him to come out.
Not that one. Where the fuck did he go? Oh, hello. I see him. There's both in here.
Rick and Morty. Oh, it is Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Oh my god, let's go.
The Rick in the face for 247.